check one, two. I'm gonna check my voice. I'm gonna check my voice before I go live. Cause I'm not playing this again. I'm not playing this again. I'm not playing this again. I ain't gonna be 50 minutes in. No, I ain't doing it. I'm gonna check my voice now. Let's see, let me make sure I'm online here. Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? How are you doing? Welcome to Bedtime Book Club. All right. I'm your host, DeMarcus Tunstall, and I'm just here to make sure that you go to bed with all that good stuff in your mind. That positivity. Oh, yeah. That wake up and make you feel good type stuff. You know what I mean? All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to stop. I got to get my late night radio DJ voice on. Oh, man, I'm a trip. Okay, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Bedtime Book Club. And today, we're reading As a Man Thinketh. And if somebody could type in the comments, just let me know that you can hear me, please. I don't want to do this again, Well, yes, let me know if you can hear me. Let me know you can hear me. That's all you have to write, and you can delete it right afterwards because I'm watching this right now. So anyway, so As a Man Thinketh, that's what we're reading today. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit real quick before we go into this, because this is a really short chapter. It's 2 chapters today, and they're both really, really short. The reason I started this is because I promised myself in 2019, at the beginning of 2019, I wanted to have a book club. And I really wanted to have it. And I created this amazing book club with a couple people. And I was so excited. And they showed up. And then they showed up. And then less showed up. And then less showed up. And then one showed up. And then none showed up. And that kind of, it weighed on me. Because I was really excited. And I wanted to just read books that were positive and help me to learn. And so they could learn. And we could all do it together. But it didn't go out that way. And so I was like, you know what? I stopped reading. I stopped doing my book clubs. I stopped, and so I kept reading books in the morning like I wanted to do, But this is a little bit different because this is going to help me create something much bigger. This is a book club where people can come in if they want to or not. It's up to them. But this bedtime book club, I think it's going to be a really good idea. And so, if you guys haven't noticed, I've been on and doing this every single night since we started. And that has a lot to do, I think, with the thing I learned from my friend Marlene. She's actually not my friend as much as she is also my friend, but she's my mentor. And she said that, it's all about being, keeping your promises to yourself. Because if you can keep a promise to yourself, you can keep a promise to anybody. And just like she made me go jogging last night, which I did not want to do, but she made me go jogging last night, and I'm so glad I did it. And I'm going to go jog again tonight as soon as this is over. It's about keeping the promises to yourself. And I promised you guys I would be here for you as long as I was up and well to do our book club, to do this with you, because it matters. It might matter to somebody. It may not matter to everybody. Some people might click on, click off. It's okay because it's not about everybody. If you can help one person, in your lifetime, and you can put something in your life has meaning for one person, and your life has that meaning. And that's what I want to do. I just want to be able to help somebody. I don't know who it is, and it's okay. I don't have to know who it is, but if I can assist and help them, then, I feel like I've done a really good job, and that's all I want to do. So I'm trying to, keep my word and be here for you and read to you, even when the book's a little bit more different than I'm used to reading, but I still want to be here for you. So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get after it. Today's chapters are Effect of Thought on Health and the Body. I thought that was a really good one. And Thought and Purpose. Those are our 2 for today. Yep. Those are our 2 for the day. So like I said, they're not very long, and we'll talk about, I would love to talk. If you guys want to chat, feel free to type in the book. In the chat bar down there, and I'll see it at the end of the chapter. We can always talk about anything you read and you like and you want to talk more about. So this would be really great. But all right, let's get started. So here we go. Effect of thought on health and the body. The body is a servant of the mind. It obeys the operation of the mind. whether they be deliberately chosen or automatically expressed. Okay, hold on. Let me stop there. Golly, why they come out swinging like this? The body is a servant to the mind. Now, the reason I want to stop here is because the coronavirus, as real as it is just as detrimental to the fears of the economy as it is to the people who have it and who don't have it. So, if the body is a servant to the mind and the mind is in fear mode, what is the body doing? I just want you to kind of keep an eye on that, okay? Here we go. So the body is a servant of the mind. It obeys the operations of the mind, whether they be deliberately chosen or automatically expressed. At the bidding of unlawful thoughts, the body sinks rapidly into disease and decay. Wow, okay. I guess you're going to do that too. At the command of glad and beautiful thoughts, it becomes clothed with youthfulness and beauty. Disease and health, like circumstances, are rooted in thought. Let me say that again. Disease and health, like circumstances, are rooted in thought. Sickly thoughts will express themselves through a sickly body. Thoughts of fear have been known to kill a man as speedily as a bullet, and they are continually killing thousands of people just as surely, though less rapidly. Fear. Wow. The people who live in fear of disease are the people who get it. Okay, I swear to you, ladies and gentlemen, I did not have an idea. I have not read this in a while, so I did not know this is where they're going to go. But picture what's going on right now in the world. This is it. Thoughts of fear have been known to kill a man as speedily as a bullet, and they are continually killing thousands of people just as surely, though less rapidly. The people who live in fear of disease are the people who get it. Anxiety quickly demoralizes the body and lays it open to the entrance of disease. While impure thoughts, even if physically indulged, will soon shatter the nervous system. Pure, strong, happy thoughts built up the body in vigor and grace. The body is a delicate and plastic instrument, which responds readily to the thoughts by which it is impressed, and habits of thought which will produce their own effects, good or bad, upon it. Men will continue to have impure and poisoned blood as long as they propagate unclean thoughts. Out of a clean heart comes a clean life and clean body. Out of a defiled mind proceeds a defiled life and a corrupt body. Thought is the fount of action, life, and manifestation. Make the fountain pure, and all will be pure. That's a pretty big deal. If you've got dirty water in your sink and you're drinking it, okay. So, let's see, what is that? What is that? So, have you guys ever seen like those fountains, like at the zoo or whatever, and they're like really riddled with mold and gunk, and like or a lake that's got like a fountain in the middle of it, and it's shooting out black or whatever, and then they clean it up, and then all of a sudden it's shooting the clear water. That's the exact same thing that happens with the body, because these thoughts that we are creating, good or bad, will yield what we produce. So change of diet will not help a man who will not change his thoughts. When a man makes his thoughts pure, he no longer desires impure food. Thoughts make clean habits. The so-called saint who does not wash his body is not a saint. He who has strengthened and purified his thoughts does not need to consider the malevolent microbe. If you would protect your body, guard your mind. If you renew your body, beautify your mind. Thoughts of malice, envy, disappointment, despondency rob the body of its health and grace. A sour face does not come by chance. It is made by sour thoughts. Wrinkles that mar are drawn by folly, passion, and pride. I know a woman of 96 who has the bright, innocent face of a girl. I know a man well and under middle age whose face is drawn into harmonious contours. Inharmonious contours. The one is the result of sweet and sunny disposition. The other is an outcome of passion and discontent. As you cannot have a sweet and wholesome abode unless you admit the air and sunshine freely into your rooms. That's for me. I gotta open up my windows. Okay, as you cannot have a sweet and wholesome abode unless you admit the air and sunshine into your rooms, so a strong body and a bright and happy or serene countenance can only result from the free admittance into the mind of thoughts and joy, and goodwill and serenity. On the faces of aged there are wrinkles, made by sympathy, others by strong and pure thoughts, others who are carved by passion. Who cannot distinguish them? With those who have lived righteously, age is calm, peaceful, and softly mellowed, like a setting sun. I have recently seen a philosopher on his deathbed. He was not old except in years. He died as sweetly and peacefully as he lived. There is no physician like cheerful thought for dissipating the ills of the body. There is no comforter to compare with goodwill for despairing the shadows of grief and sorrow. To live continually in thoughts of ill will, cynicism, suspicion, and envy is to be confined in a self-made prison hole. But to think well of all, to be cheerful with all, to patiently learn to find the good in all, such unselfish thoughts are the very portals of heaven, and dwell day by day in the thoughts of peace towards every creature will bring abounding peace to their predecessor. So that's the end of that chapter. It's simple and it's simple. I'm just going to read it again. The body is a servant of the mind, and it obeys the operations of the mind. And so when you think those thoughts, ladies and gentlemen, you're bringing that to you. So just change your thoughts and you get to change your mind. So the next chapter is called Thought and Purpose. All right, here we go. Until thought is linked with purpose, there is no intelligent accomplishment. With the majority, the bark of thoughts is allowed to drift upon the ocean of life. Aimlessness is a vice, and such drifting may not continue for him who would steer clear of catastrophe and destruction. They who have a central purpose in their life fall an easy prey to petty worries, fears, troubles, and self-pityings, all of which are indications of weakness, which lead just as surely as deliberately planned sin, though by a different route, to failure, unhappiness, and loss, for weakness cannot persist in a power-evolving universe. Man should not conceive a legitimate purpose in his heart and set out to man should conceive a legitimate purpose in his heart and set out to accomplish it. He should make this purpose the centralizing point of his thoughts. It may take the form of spiritual idea, or it may be a worldly object according to his nature at the time being. But whichever it is, he should steadily focus his thought forces upon the object which he has set before him. He should make this purpose his supreme duty, and he should devote himself to its attainment, not allowing his thoughts to wander away into ephemeral fantasies, longings, and imaginings. This is the royal road to self-control and true concentration of thought. Even if he fails again and again to accomplish his purpose, as he necessarily must until weakness is overcome, the strength of character gained will be the measure of his true success. And this will form a new starting point for future power and triumph. Those who are not prepared for the apprehension of a great purpose should fix the thoughts upon the faultless performance of their duty, no matter how insignificant their task may be. Only in this way can the thoughts be gathered and focused, and the resolution and energy be developed, which being done, there is nothing which may not be accomplished. The weakest soul, knowing its own weakness and believing its truth, that strength can only be developed by effort and patience, will thus, believing at once, begin to exert itself, and adding effort to effort, patience to patience, and strength to strength, will never cease to develop, and will at last grow divinely strong. The physically weak man can make himself strong by careful and patient training, so the man of the weak thoughts can make them strong by exercising himself in right thinking. To put away aimlessness and weakness, and to begin to think with purpose, is to enter the ranks of those strong ones who only recognize failure as one of the pathways to obtainment, who make all the conditions serve them, and who think strongly, attempt fearlessly, and accomplish masterfully. Having conceived of his purpose, a man should mentally mark out a straight pathway to its achievement, looking neither to the right nor to the left. Doubts and fears should be rigorously excluded. They are disintegrating elements which break up the straight line of effort, rendering it crooked, ineffectual, and useless. Thoughts of doubt and fear can never accomplish anything, and never can, and never will. They will always lead to failure. Purpose, energy, power to do, and all strong thoughts cease when doubt and fear creep in. That's big. Purpose, energy, power to do, and the strong thoughts cease when doubt creeps in. Ooh, man. The will to do springs from the knowledge that we can do. Doubt and fear are the great enemies of knowledge, and he who encourages them, who does not slay them, thwarts himself at every step. He who conquers doubt and fear has conquered failure. His every thought is allied with power, and all difficulties are bravely met and wisely overcome. His purposes are seasonably planted, and they bloom and bring forth fruit that does not fall prematurely to the ground. Thought allied fearlessly to purpose becomes creative force. He who knows this is ready to become something higher and stronger than a mere bundle of wavering thoughts and fluctuating sensations. He who does this has become the conscious and the intelligent wielder of his mental power. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all for that chapter 2. And it's about having purpose. A man cannot conceive a legitimate purpose in his heart without you have to be very deliberate in your actions and your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to succeed. And like he said, don't look left and don't look right, because you're going to crooked up your line. And then what's the other one? Let's see. Let's see. That wasn't even a long chapter. How come I can't find it? Alrighty. Well, anyways, I can't find what I'm looking for. It's okay. But this is a really great chapter about finding your purpose, sticking to your purpose, and not letting fear and doubt jump into your mindset. Ladies and gentlemen, you can be anything. You can create anything. You can have anything that you choose. God has given us a whole lot of options, and he's made us powerful, and he's made us in his image. So we have the power and the ability to create just like he does. Okay? And so what I want you to think about, ladies and gentlemen, at your next function when you're sitting down is that, am I trying to create? Am I trying to bring something great into this world? Am I trying to do better? Am I trying to be better? Or do I not care? And it's okay if you don't care. But what I want you to think about is that every thought that you think, whether good or bad, is going to lead somewhere. So if you take the time to put the good thoughts in, you can create something more than you've ever created before. And that's something more powerful than you can ever imagine. Now, if you don't want to do it for yourself, do it for the family members of yours that you have. Do it for your wife. Do it for your husband. Do it for your girlfriend. Do it for your boyfriend. Do it for your mom. Do it for your dad. Do it for your boss. Do it for anybody. Do it for an example that somebody can step up and do something more. But you have to do something more. You have to become something more. You have to think thoughts of more. Thoughts of greatness, thoughts of good, thoughts of doing the right thing and righteousness. All these different things you heard in the book. There's a reason why that we need to focus on those. And so that's all I have for you, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you being here today. Thank you very much for coming. And we'll be able to finish this book up in 2 days. That's another book in a week. That's really good. I had a goal to read 12 books this year, and it seems like I'm blowing through books just because of you. So I want to say thank you. We're doing something big here. Who knows how far it goes? Who knows where it will lead? But let's keep doing this and see what we can create within ourselves. Let's become better. Let's be better. Let's do better. Let's create a better society and a better conversation with our neighbor. You know, right now we are being divided, but we're being brought together by technology. But it doesn't mean that we still can't do greatness. Be great. Think great thoughts and watch greatness show up. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being here, and I'll see you tomorrow. That's the end of Bedtime Book Club. All right, all right, all right.